Hi everyone! Welcome to our learning activity for MathBox Senior High School General Mathematics. We are now in Quarter 1, Week 4D. For the objective, in this learning activity, the learner finds the domain and range of an inverse function. Going over the generalizations, domain, the set of all values that the variable x can take. Range, the set of all values that f of x can take. The domain of a function is the range of its inverse, and the range of a function is the domain of its inverse. If the function is linear, the domain and the range of its inverse is the set of all real numbers. If the function is rational, we use the degree of the numerator and the denominator to determine the domain of its inverse. If the degree of the numerator is higher than that of the denominator, then the domain of each inverse is the set of all real numbers. If the degree of the numerator is lower than that of the denominator, then the domain of its inverse is the set of all real numbers except 0. If the degree of the numerator and denominator are equal, then the domain of its inverse is the set of all real numbers except for x equals a over b, where a and b are the leading coefficients of the numerator and the denominator of the function. The range of the inverse of a rational function is the set of all real numbers except the value of x, which will make its denominator equal to 0. Example 1 here, I'll just walk it through. You can pause this video if you wish to explore this solution. And going to the exercises, we have here exercise number 1. Find the domain and the range of the inverse of the following. So if given number 1, f of x equals x plus 3. So for the solution, we have here the row for the domain and the range. And we have the column of f of x and f inverse of x. For f of x equals x plus 3, the domain is the set of all x's such that x is an element of real number, meaning we can assign any value for x. Then the range is also the set of all y's such that y is an element of a real number. For f inverse of x, the same is true. If two functions are inverses of each other and they are linear functions, then the domain and the range are all real numbers. For number 2, we have f of x equals x minus 5. And we have here the same answer as with number 1. The domain and the range of f of x are the set of real numbers. The same is true with its inverse function. Number 3, f of x equals 4x. So we have here for the domain, same with numbers 1 and 2. It's the set of all x's such that x is an element of a real number. For the range of function f of x, it's the set of all y's such that y is an element of a real number. And the same is true for f inverse of x. For number 4, f of x equals 8x minus 1. The same solution that we had for number 4. And for number 5, function x equals 2x plus 5. Then the same solution. So numbers 1 to 5 have basically the same solution in terms of their domain and range of its inverse. Moving on to example number 2, we have to find the domain and the range of the inverse function of the given rational function f of x equals x minus 1 all over 2x. So I just walk you through with the solution of example 2 because I'm excited to discuss with you the solutions for exercise number 2. And we have 5 numbers to solve in exercises number 2. Here they go. Directions. Find the domain and the range of the inverse of the following functions. Write your answers on your answer sheet. For number 1, we have f of x equals x minus 2 all over x plus 7. Solution here. By inspection, let's fill this up first. By inspection, setting x plus 7 equals 0 and solving for x, we have x equals negative 7. So for the domain of the function f of x, it should be the case that all real numbers except the value of x that will make the denominator of this rational function 0, and that is x, should not equal to negative 7. So let me read. The domain of the function f of x is the set of all x's such that x is a real number except negative 7. For the range, we have the set of all y's such that y is any real number and y should not equal to 1. So in this case, we have here actually a vertical asymptote whenever we have a rational function and whatever is prohibited in the domain, that is the vertical asymptote, and whatever is not included in the range, that is what we call the horizontal asymptote. How did we get 1? Well, just to review in my previous videos on getting the asymptotes, let's try to look at the degree of the numerator and the denominator. In this case, let's call n to be the degree of the numerator, and n here equals 1. The degree of the denominator, m, equals also 1. m equals n. They have the same degree. So we have the equation y equals a over b. That would be the horizontal asymptote of the function. And in this case, what is a? A is the leading coefficient of the numerator. In this case, it is 1. And b is the leading coefficient of the denominator, which is also equal to 1. So 1 over 1 is equal to 1. And that is the horizontal asymptote. Since that is the horizontal asymptote, then it will not be included in the range of the function. What about f inverse of x? This is actually what is asked in this problem. So whenever or whatever the domain, the values of x here are reals except for x equals negative 7. So this will become now the range of f inverse of x. So let me read out here. For the range of f inverse of x, it is the set of all y's such that y is any real number except y equals negative 7. That's why we have here y should not be equal to negative 7. For the domain of f inverse of x, we try to look at the range of f of x. Now, the range of f of x, as I mentioned earlier, is all reals except y equals 1. So in the domain of f inverse of x, we have this, the set of all x's, such that x is an element of a real number except x equals 1. So in other words, the domain of f inverse of x should not equal to 1. Other than 1, we can take it as the domain of f inverse of x. Moving on to exercise number 2 of exercise 2, f of x equals 3x plus 1 all over 4x. Solution. By inspection again, set this for x equals 0, then should not be equal to 0 because that will make this function f of x undefined. So all reals except 0 for the domain of the function x. For the range, we have the set of all y's such that y is any real number or it's an element of a real number. Y should not be equal to 3/4. Why 3/4 again? Let's try to examine the degree of the numerator. It's 1. The degree of the denominator, it's also 1. Because the power of x here is 1 in both numerator and denominator. If that is the case, the degree of the numerator and denominator are equal, then the horizontal asymptote is equal to a over b. What is a over b? A is the coefficient of the leading term in the numerator and b is the coefficient of the leading term in the denominator. In this case, a is 3 and b is 4. So, we have a horizontal asymptote y equals 3/4, and at that particular point, the rational function, the graph of its rational function will not touch the horizontal line y equals -3/4. So, meaning, we will not include in the range y equals 3/4. So for the inverse function, we have here the domain is the set of all x's such that x is a real number and x should not equal to 3/4. Take note, whatever is the range of the original function, then that will be the domain in the inverse function. And the range of f inverse of x is the set of all y's such that y is an element of a real number and y should not equal to 0. So whatever is the range, that this comes from the domain of the original function. That concludes exercise number 2 of exercise 2. Then number 3, f of x equals 6 over 5x minus 1. Solution. We have the domain. By inspection, we set 5x minus 1 equals 0, and we got x equals 1/5. So that is a vertical asymptote at x equals 1/5. So that should not be in the domain. The domain of f of x is the set of all x's such that x is an element of a real number and it should not be equal to 1/5. For the range, we have the set of all y's such that y is an element of a real number and y should not be equal to 0. Why do we have y not equal to 0? Well, this y equals 0, or actually the x-axis, is the horizontal asymptote. Going back here, the degree of the numerator is 0 because we have a constant numerator. The degree of the denominator, m, equals 1. So here, n is less than m. So we have the horizontal asymptote y equals 0. So that's why, since y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote, the graph of the function will not touch that particular value of y at the x-axis. So y equals 0 is exempted in the range. F inverse of x, its domain, comes from the range of f of x. So the domain is the set of all x's such that x is an element of a real number except 0. For the range of f inverse of x, we have y, the set of all y's such that y is any real number except 1/5 coming from the domain of the original function. For number 4, we have f of x equals x plus 8 all over 5. This is, although the form is rational, but we have a constant denominator. So this is, f of x is a linear function. So a linear function its f of x, the domain and the range are all set of reals. And also with, same is true with its inverse function. So that's it for number 4. Number 5, f of x equals 2x plus 5 all over 3x. So we have here, for the domain, set 3x equals 0, so x should not be equal to 0. That is the vertical asymptote. So in the domain, all reals except x equals 0. For the range, we have to examine the degree of the numerator and also with the denominator. Degree is 1. They have equal degrees. So we have the horizontal asymptote is y equals 2/3. So y should not be equal to 2/3 in the range. Again, filling up this f inverse of x for the domain, we'll get this in the range of the function. So in this case, the range of the domain of f inverse of x is equal to the set of all x's such that x is an element of a real number except 2/3. Then for the range, we got this from the domain of f of x. We have the set of all y's such that y is any real number except 0. Next, for the numeracy scale, we have a problem here. It says if f of x is equal to the square root of x minus 1 and it is restricted on the domain, the set of all x's, an element of a real number, such that 1 is less than or equal to x and x is less than or equal to 8, then what is the domain and range of its inverse? Here's the graph. It's just part of the graph. And we have here the domain is from 1. This is included up to 8. We have an open interval here, 8. 1, it's a closed interval from 1 up to 8. The endpoint is 8 here, but 8 is not included. So this is just part. So what is the range? What is the domain and the range of its inverse? Okay, solution. First, the domain is already given. And we have to find the range of the function given. So how to find it? You substitute x equals 1. So we have to calculate f of 1 equals, that is square root of 1 minus 1. And that is 0. Let's reflect it here. And the endpoint x equals 8. Get f of 8. So that is equal to the square root of 8 minus 1. And that is square root of 7. So the range of f of x is the set of all y's such that y is an element of a real number. Y ranges from 0 included up to square root of 7. Square root of 7 is not included. Let's try to take a look at the graph. So here, the domain is the x or the horizontal extent, and the range is the vertical extent. So this is y equals 0 here. Up to this point here, we have the y counterpart for this is somewhere square root of 7. It's almost y equals 3 because square root of 9 is 3, but it's below this point 3. 0.3. So meaning it's reflected in the graph our value for the domain of the function. Next, how to find the domain of its inverse and the range of its inverse? Well, simply we have to take the range of the given f of x, and that interval should be in the domain of f inverse of x. And here the domain will contain all real numbers, ranges from 0 less than or equal to x less than square root of 7. And for the range of f inverse of x, then we have actually the domain of f of x. So the range is the set of all y's such that y is a real number such that 1 is less than or equal to y and y is less than 8. This concludes our solution for this learning activity, and thank you for listening and watching. This is Teacher Marichu saying stay always happy and healthy. God bless!